helped me grow and watched over me. Thank you, Lord, for all the great things you've done for us. And I pray, Father, amen.
Amen.
Carl, say. Here you see the Orange County Board of Commissioners now session.
Thank you, Sheriff. Sheriff, we had a chance to look at, welcome everybody. Start out by starting out. Glad to see everybody here today. Had a chance to look at the minutes?
I have. I make a motion to accept the minutes as written.
I will second that.
A motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think that'd be two, but I wasn't here. While we're doing that, guys, maybe I need a motion to pay the account payable claims.
I'll make a motion we approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
And the same motion on payroll.
Motion made.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Sheriff, what have you got today?
Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning.
I have one of my employees needs a extra day of FMLA. Do I need a motion for that?
No, he's permitted that for the handbook.
Okay, thank you very much. I also like your blessing we put in for a grant from Hoosier Uplands for 800 radios for in the cars. And we also were gonna put in for a family and actions grant. That's what your blessing on that.
I'll approve.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much. We currently have 49 individuals incarcerated at Orange County Jail. The snow event was very eventful for my guys. We worked several wrecks out on 150, 56 and all throughout the county, but the highway got everything, the county highway and state highway did a great job, got everything cleaned up, and we didn't have any problems. I really appreciate all of us being in the text together. That made things go a lot smoother. Just working together gets a lot more done. I appreciate y'all. That's all I've got. I also want to thank Lynn for always helping me.
Thank you, Sheriff. I
Had a
appreciate
couple
that.
of Freedom of Information Act things and
Same to you.
then takes care of me. I appreciate y'all.
You're very appreciated, Sheriff. Thank you.
Have you had any complaints about the entrance to the quarry out here, Cal Fire?
Just every once in a while,
Not
not,
being drug out on the road, but,
not overwhelmingly. I have.
you know, that's not our bailiwick, obviously, but, I'm just curious, we've had a complaint, right?
Mm-hmm.
Talking about debris being carried out on the highway and making it slick out there.
Yeah. I hear that every once in a while, but it's not an overwhelming complaint.
We don't have a dog in that fight, so to speak. We don't have any authority over it whatsoever.
We can start watching it.
We might check because I have seen conditions get slick like that because of it, but I don't know. That's actually a state situation there.
Yes.
They're regulated with IDEM, is that correct? And they have to do dust control, I know, so I don't think they're
Yeah,
making more.
it's very related to safety and what they drag out there. I mean, it used to be the same way down at the other quarry. Down the cave, so.
I can reach out to State Highway and see if we can do a compromise.
Or IDEM,
Or,
I'll help you.
okay.
Get the contact.
You're gonna-
Carl, do you want to speak on that situation?
Yeah, I do know that, the day of the complaint, they had a water line bust out there and where they usually have the nozzle spraying on the tires of the trucks as they go across the scales. That was broken, so kind of had what they had and that, drug additional debris out there on the road, so.
They do have a mitigating situation in place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I called them and talked to them there and they sent a broom out and they broomed what they could off the road. Did-
And it helped.
Did the best they could, but it's still wasn't as good. I think they've got the system back up running again now. Part of that.
All right. That's all I had. Carl, what do you got today?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Just kind of starting off where Davey left off, I want to commend our highway crews and our sheriff's department for working the snow events the past few weeks. All of them always answer that call in the middle of the night to come in when the roads are at their worst. I'm proud of the job that they do for our public. They do a good job. I do want to thank our EMA director, Rick Emery, for all of his help this year, whether it was heading up the huge firefighting training facility project, fixing our county radios, because he's very handy at that, getting our radio broadcast license reissued, or keeping us up to date on the latest weather predictions from the National Weather Service. He's always there to do whatever it takes to help us out. I just wanted to know he's appreciated.
Thank you, Carl.
Very well said.
I will be making a presentation to NDOT on January 6th at 10 a.m. for our application, the safety grant to replace our county signage. This is a continuation of the safety grant that we received back in earlier this year to collect the data for our current sign inventory. If we're successful with this grant, the county will be awarded $1,250,000 for a total sign replacement of all of our signage in the county. This grant is a 90-10 split, so the county would only be responsible for $125,000, which would be our match. And the last thing I've got, I would like to ask the commissioners to consider raising the amount of reimbursement that is allowed to our county highway workers for their safety work boots that they're required to wear from $100 to $200. In the past, we've tried to stay close to what NDOT's allowance is, and we haven't adjusted ours for the past 10 years. NDOT is currently at $250.
And you have a line item for that you think will be fine? Yeah, I think, I don't, my level would agree. I was gonna say $100 is probably not much.
Yeah. but
Motion.
they want to.
Motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to allow that. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That's all I have. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Carl, thank you. Thanks for the job you do. Rob, good morning.
Morning.
What do you got today?
The only thing I got, I guess you guys approved for the sidewalk to be done out front. That guy was here the other day. You seen him talking? He wanted, since it was warm, he wanted to see if he could get started on it. But I explained to him that the building couldn't be blocked off out front. So what he was gonna do is dig the one section out there, leave it where they could come around, and then he said the day of, he would dig them other two panels out and that one in and pour it all in one day. But I didn't know if you wanted, I mentioned you about it and didn't know if you wanted to wait. You said you told Frankie to do it.
Well, we want to do it at a time that she doesn't have tax collection going on for sure. But he thinks he can do it in this.
So it's up to you. I looked at the weather too. It's supposed, after this week, I think it's supposed to turn back cold again. So I don't know if you want to just wait till the spring.
Well, if we went early spring,
That's gonna be a mess.
but we need to be doing it what, before?
Before April, April the 4th, they usually get sent out, the tax bills, and then it gets a rush.
You give me that, what, about a week?
Yep.
Last
time I said-
schedule that for March.
March,
What was the price on that again?
$68.50.
And we had two bids on that. Remember, we had one that was like $12 or $13.
We actually, and the third one never came back.
Mhm.
Right.
This is the guy he's from Palmar.
Okay.
I guess he done the flagpole.
He did. They did good work.
And the only other thing I had was Sandy and the sheriff and Rick said, wanna know if they could have Friday off. Since President, no, just kidding.
We went right under the.
You
bus.
guys told the new guy, didn't you? Go ahead and say it.
Thanks, Robin.
No problem.
Carl didn't even know he got hit.
Rob, I do have a question. The light for the flagpole.
I got that here, I'm gonna order it, probably first year.
Okay,
I found the two lights, I think that'll work.
it'll reach top of the pole.
Yeah, if
and-
they don't,
we're
there's
good.
a 45-day period that I can return
Okay,
and go
Sounds good.
with something better.
sounds good. Thank you.
Rob, did you get any training from Frankie on the flagpole?
Sort of.
Okay, because I got with a guy about ordering the flag to fit it correctly, but he said, I don't know anything about it, but he said you have to change some things internally when you change the size of the flag. Does that make sense to you? Or you have to do something with the weights or something? But there's a difference depending on the size of the flag you have.
I don't know, I'll have to look in that, he didn't.
So maybe we should order the flag from them and have them bring it up and then show Raleigh.
You talking about the flagpole?
Yeah, the flagpole company. I talked to the flagpole company, and they had showed Frankie how, depending on the size of the flag, what you need to do. But we should just get the flag from them, the first one, and have them bring it up, and then they can work with you to show you how to change that. He explained it to me, but it did not make sense to me. But there's some kind of, you got to do some different things.
Yeah, I know this one out here, I don't know if later on maybe we wanna change it, cause right now it's rigged where you gotta take a ratchet, hammer it in there and ratchet it down, so I don't know if that's really not safe, but.
Okay.
We'll look at it later on if you want to.
Maybe see if we can repair something. Okay, but yeah, we'll get together on it, but I'll get with him and maybe just go ahead and order that flag and then have him set up a day to bring it up here and show you how to do it. So we can have the right size on there.
Okay.
Okay, appreciate it.
We only got the one flag that's up there now. Do we have a spare flag?
Ours, I've not seen any laying around anywhere or.
Okay, I didn't know.
Which building?
The new flag.
Yeah, no, I think we were talking about moving that flag down here to this pole.
I don't think that pole will take that long.
That's, I don't know that'll work.
Okay.
That's a lot of weight. I
Okay.
mean,
Well, we can figure it out and get it ordered. So I think the actual flag to fit up there was like $800.
now I do take that back. There is a box out there, flag, but it's probably for this flagpole out
Yeah,
here.
I don't think there's any extra flags there. Definitely not the one that's supposed to fit it correctly. So,
That all you have, sir?
Yep, that's it.
I guess we decided, if he can do that in weather permitting, he can do it in March.
I'll call him today.
If we can't do it in March, we probably better wait till after May 10th, I think it is, isn't it?
Yes.
Because of the traffic she's gonna have coming in and out.
Okay.
That's
I'll get-
kind of his windows of opportunity.
I'll get with him and I'll let Shelley know too.
All right. Thank you, Rob. Rick, what have you got today?
Good morning and Merry Christmas. I really don't have any business for the commissioners to go on. Just wanted to bring you up to speed though. We do need to get the group together, EMS group, so we can start talking about updating or renewing our EMS contract. And I'm also gonna be working on this year in 26, changing from a comprehensive emergency management to an emergency operation plan, which will be more useful for our county and what we have in resources for operations should we have a major disaster. That's really all I had.
thanks again. And like they said, I think you all did a great job working together with the last few events we've got. And I appreciate you as well, and
It's-
Carl and the sheriff.
It's really good to have good partners in this.
It went pretty smooth.
And you're good to keeping us with the National Weather Service. I appreciate that because it's funny, it seems like it's always much worse on TV and then the National Weather Service. It's like, yeah, it's not going to be as bad as they're wanting you to think it is. So it's good to have that good information. So thank you. Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shelley?
I was wondering, Davey was talking about grants, and I know there's other grants out there and everything. There were fraudsters trying to get into the bank account, and the bank recommended that we open a new account. Anybody that opens or is applying for a grant and everything, I really need to check to update these grants, just like the Okra grant. We have to fill out paperwork, and it's going to go into the old bank account. I really need those updated, so I don't know how to get, and Davey left, I don't know how to update, I've reached out with emails, I've spent a lot of time going back through the whole last year trying to see who all had grants or who all put in. I know Rick's had some.
Do you think part of the approval, when we approve, that they have to get with you and update the bank account as part of the approval process
That would
before
make
they
me feel
apply?
better. Yeah, because I just don't want something to bounce to an account that's closed and then we have to try to track it down and everything. It's very important.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be great if we could do something that way. Yes, and that's all I have. I don't have anything else.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Randy Darrell?
Well, I think we need to skip around a bit because I know that Health Department and Jamie, we have some things to present and then I'll talk. All right.
Consider skipped.
All right. You want me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, sorry, slow getting up. All right, so, for the last 2 years, using HFI funds, you've had a partnership with IU Health for my services as school health liaison. That's coming to an end December 31st because of the HFI funding cuts. So just for IU Health purposes to kind of close out that contract, they asked that I kind of give a report on what you've got for your money, basically. So this is just for school health liaison as related to HFI funds, nothing else from health department. Just school health liaison and reporting the grant stuff that I've done. So you can see that first year we were just kind of getting going. There was no funding. 2024, I was considered a 0.4 full-time employee. I mean, not employee, but that's how we figured out the money that's going to be shared. And that's how we figured out that I would owe or work 742 hours on behalf of the health department as school health liaison or as reporting for HFI and that type of thing. So this is just a summary of what kind of the things I've done, the hours, how they were broken down. You can see grants reporting was about 200 hours, and then everything else was either KPI related or school health liaison related. And then you can see the number of students and staff that was reached or impacted, 3,400 students and staff and community members in that first year. The second page shows the partnerships we were able to make with community organizations, working with the gap analysis. If you remember that first year, we got that out, got all that data, so we could figure out programming that we want to do in the county. I didn't put this on here, but Brandy just reminded me with the opioid grant, I helped collect those reports, put those together for an end of year report. I forgot all about that, so that's not on here. But some of the other things that we did kind of as a community are on there. 2025, so this year, same hours, and you'll see that my hours are more than that, but that's okay. Again, grants and reporting, about 240 hours. You'll see tobacco prevention and education almost doubled, and that doubled because the state took away the tobacco cessation KPI. So we put that under school health liaison. So we're still doing the education, but now it had to go to a different place just because of reporting purposes. And then you'll see another thing added in 2025 is conference presentations to promote our successes. So I was lucky to present at several conferences throughout the state, including the national conference in Asha in Pennsylvania, where Brandy and I had an opportunity to talk about what we're doing here and how awesome it is and the good things that are happening. And we've had people reach out wanting to model kind of our partnerships and our processes. So that wasn't really in the original contract, but that kind of come along as a little aside. And then again, you can see those conferences and kind of what we spoke on each of those conferences, and how we have a lot of counties in the state that are really interested in our gap analysis. They really want to recreate that, so we've shared that out with them so they can adjust it and make it their own. Has been a big thing, especially with the Department of Health. In 2025, we've reached over 4,700 students, staff, and community members. And you can see that broken down into the topics, and most of those are in school with students. So obviously that's my bread and butter. That's what I know. But there's been also community education on suicide prevention, vaping, staff wellness challenges. So we appreciate the funding that was given for my budget to help support some of those things. And then the very last thing on here is just 2025 partnerships and some of the things that we've been able to accomplish with the partners. So like I said, this is just, thanks for letting us partner while the funds were there. I think we got a lot done. I think we got a lot done for the money that we were able to have. But when the state cuts funding, they cut funding. So I will no longer be part of the health department after December 31st. I'm still going to be doing school health coordinator work because IU Health has picked that up. So I'll still be in the schools doing education, but it will not be in partnership with the health department. So IU Health wanted us to kind of just share with you, here's what you got for your money, just to finalize our contract. So, do you
A
guys
lot.
have any questions?
You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I think we had a pretty successful couple years.
Really.
Yeah, that's great. The number of people impacted has been great. Have you shared this with state legislators?
We have, and we did some, of
Not
course,
this final,
not
but
this final,
but we have sent multiple times. We've not had much response, but we've sent information.
Yeah.
I think that they're using our information, it's just, there's not much movement forward and refunding. right now.
hopefully this will, 2027 budget is kind of where we're looking. Hopefully this maybe will make an impact when they do their 2027 budget. To say, hey, you know, we cut all this money, we're doing this stuff.
Say they're freed up a lot of money, like to see where that's at.
So that's kind of the hope, but, you know, talking with people at IDOH, they're hoping for 2027 maybe to be a different budget. We'll see.
I think that would be a good report for if we're gonna do with the Sheriff's app, that ability to see reports is one that probably needs to go there when that gets, I don't know what the status is of that, but.
So, is that not with you?
I don't haven't uploaded them. I know Lonnie has the
We
ability to
upload,
upload things.
On one section, you know.
I can go in and view all the data, and I can pull that, but
Because the sheriff said he got with the contractor and was gonna add the spot.
They wanted to know if it needs to be on the front page or if it can be in the body of the.
Well, I think we thought maybe like a PDF, like your health report.
If you want a PDF, we can upload it into our health record.
Well, we thought that same type of thing, you know what I
Just
mean?
Another line. in there.
Another line, yeah.
Reports.
I thought they acted like that was the easiest way to
It
do
would
it.
be easy, it's just not as upfront, you know, as that.
It'd just be
lead page.
buried a little bit.
Well, what we're hoping is for anyone that has questions, I mean, there's been some that have had questions.
And you can refer them to it.
That's what we're wanting
Yeah.
to do.
They just
It's
go
more
to-
about transparency and so accusations can't be made.
so I have a lot, like I have all the opioids.
I know I asked you for them.
You did. I've got them all. And like this report and like our quarterly HFI reports, I have all of those. We just need to get together and figure out where they need to go.
So that does bring me to what I would like to talk about. So with the loss of this position that was funded through HFI, I think that we need to probably consider maybe a scaled down version of contracting with Jamie directly on some of these key reports that we keep them going, because there still has to be reporting for the health department. There still has to be, you know, reporting for the opioid settlement, and Jamie does those things. We feed her the information and she makes it look the way that's supposed to. And so I think Jamie is prepared to talk with you about a potential contract with her directly to continue to help us do these things, because I think we still need that particular piece. So I would like for you to consider it.
And Jamie can also offer some help to the county. It's not just the
Right.
health department and her grant expertise and stuff like that. So what we'd like is a consideration of a contract, either by hour or not to exceed. I don't know how Jamie's gonna write it up, but we do have some budgeted line for legal that we don't use all of the money that we can transfer from to pay that in our current budget.
I definitely want to continue doing what we're doing.
And I think she can help with some of those health department grants too, that she had been doing in the past anyway, and then just keep that flow. It would really be beneficial for us.
We'll be working with some of the other counties that have always done their own reporting at a lower scale, you know, but Jamie's gonna be able to help us with those specialty things.
What would be the duties, the grant writing, reporting, anything, what else?
Those are the two,
Probably the two.
grant writing, potentially
Reporting.
researching.
Yeah, there would be some, depending on the
researching
grant, there
grants.
would be some research time.
Consult work.
Consult work, yeah.
Like I said, some things I will have to research less than others, but depending on the grant, it may be if it's something I've not dealt with before.
And there is some health department monthly kind of meetings or informationals that she would need to continue to do in order to support the health department.
Yeah, especially the grant, there's a grant, one specific for health department grants.
Yeah.
That's very important, would be very important. That's where we'll know if a new immunization grant or something like that comes out. That's where they will announce that.
We just kind of wanted to know your direction of what you'd be willing to consider.
In my opinion, we want to continue to be transparent. We want to continue to make sure that the grants are done correctly, right? Because if you do something incorrectly,
They take the money.
yeah. And no disrespect to anybody else, but I think we are probably more proactive in getting grants than anybody. So, that's, as money gets tighter, we're going to seek more grant funding, right? So I think it makes sense.
Why don't you folks put a proposal together, coordinated with our, and, we'll see what we can get together.
What would you
I agree
like?
with Marshall.
What would you like to see? Would you like to see a hourly or not to exceed amount? Or how would you like that to be?
I think a not to exceed, that gives you a little bit more latitude, I think. So that's,
Jamie, is that okay?
I think
We'll get that done for the next quarter.
Yeah,
We
I
can
have a
get
draft
back in
of
here.
one that I sent you guys just for my thoughts, but I didn't bring it today, so we'll get together.
I think it makes perfect sense.
Works for me.
I totally agree with that. That is, it's worked very well. It's not the rope, let's not try to fix it.
Well, and there's
Anything else?
resources for that. So I think that I think we've done a really good job at being transparent and accountable. And if there's the ability to continue to do that, it's money well spent.
Absolutely.
I feel like our health department has come a long way in a short amount of time.
One of the things I've prided us on, is the fact that we have included a lot of people
Partnerships.
for the expertise that they bring to the table. And I think it's enlightened all of us at some point, so I think that's something we need to continue religiously, so. You guys feel the same way?
100%.
Yep.
Okay, anything else?
I didn't sign up, but can I continue on?
Yeah.
Pushing it, Lonnie. Go ahead.
I want to report that we had a benchmark on the Public Health Emergency Planning Grant. December 30th was a deadline for several of our deliverables. We were able to meet all those deliverables for the December 30th, one of which was Spencer being the backup, having completed the 100, 200, 700, and 800 FEMA classes. So he just got those finished up. We got those sent off. That was our last of the December 30th benchmarks. And then also report on the avian flu grant that the county participated in. We have continually monitored the avian flu throughout the state. The State Department of Health has. Orange County has not had an incident to date. That grant cycle does end January the 16th, so they will be wrapping that up. We have received our interpreter devices. They are in place and being used. Spencer had an opportunity to use them at one of the restaurants. Said it worked very easily, worked very well. The communication barrier was knocked down with that device. So any offices that may need those or anything on a temporary basis, we'll be more than happy to loan those out. And then finally, I just want to make a request for your consideration, a work from home policy. We come into the possible need in the future with long-term absence, medical, whatever, that it would be beneficial for an employee that has special experience. I'm speaking specifically about our registrar at this point, reviewing documents that have to be approved and move forward. If we had that work from home policy, we could potentially do 2 to 3 hours a week, maybe there with that particular one. Sandy has also voiced some interest in maybe.
His is mainly, I think, birth and death certificates, right?
Yes, correct.
We're doing those.
So what happens is those get put into a QE and have to be reviewed by the health department. A part-time person reviewing those, it's a very long, several pages of documents to just review. No additional information is needed, just to make sure that everything's filled out, in place. That's what she would be doing.
What's the value of having them work from home?
She would not be able to come to work because of her medical.
Oh, so, because I'm more interested in looking at helping someone like that can still do the job, because I'm not a proponent of work from home.
We're not either, but there's just, because of what we went through with maternity leave and FMLA.
Yeah.
You're talking
It's
purely
beneficial,
medical in nature. Medical reasons
maybe,
only.
if that's what you want to consider. I think that there are other
Or
options,
something, you just never know.
Can still work, but
or if
an issue of,
the building was closed, I know you already pay for that whenever the building's closed, but I don't know.
what's your thoughts on that, Lane?
That's up to commissioners, so.
I mean, but I'm saying as far as the medical side, like, you gotta be careful. I know sometimes we've had people return to work and then I'm like, they're still on FLMA. I'm like, why are you, you can't be here,
It would be tricky to handle, I think, for sure. So her particular needs, though, is there anybody else that could do the reviewing of those documents currently in the health department?
Not with the training and expertise she has.
So you could tie it more to the experience.
I mean, I'm definitely for that situation, a proponent of doing that.
It was kind of the same thing with COVID, like in the recorder's office, like we could take our laptop home and still transfer deeds that came in through e-file.
Yeah.
But I mean, and because we couldn't be here, so just even little things like that.
I would not be for a blanket.
Right,
Just for
I
this
think
particular
case
case,
by
it makes
case.
sense.
I agree.
Could we just link maybe to medical then? I mean, what we ran into, I think, is the isolation for COVID, FMLA, maternity leaves, things where people are home and but can work a few hours. That few hours would offset some of their deductibles or whatever, as far as insurance co-pays and stuff.
I'm in favor of it, but I think it needs to be the elected official, the supervisor needs to bring it at case by case.
Okay.
I mean, your situation, I totally support it.
Instead of the policy.
Yeah. I think it really opens it up a lot by determination of what's medical. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I got a sore throat, I'm working from home today.
Well, we still need a policy, wouldn't we? If we're going to set the guidelines of what is acceptable.
For this particular instance, I don't want to do a general policy, so I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit more, because I don't think that's what they're wanting to do,
Okay.
so.
We want to know where she's, expected and what's the
Yeah.
limitations and stuff like that.
Is it something you need before the next
No,
meeting?
No.
Yeah, I can come up with something. Will you send me
February.
kind of what you're thinking, Lonnie, as far as the terms in which you'd be working?
Yep.
Just
Because I think it
2
makes
hours.
perfect sense. I mean, in that situation.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. Anything else? Audience? Okay. Lynn, what have you got today?
I just have a couple of items for commissioners. The first, we have received a petition to vacate. It was filed by Running Cedar LLC, and that was filed on December 15th. I did send that to commissioners by email. The hearing on that petition to vacate is set to occur on January 7th at your next meeting at 9:05. So that will be after the first of the year. The second item I have is the Purdue Extension Contractual Services Agreement. Purdue was not agreeable to including the 2 county educators' language unless the payment amount was increased from $53,500 to $90,500. Purdue also would not agree to monthly reports to the county as to how many county educators are providing services for the county on behalf of Purdue Extension. That was another request that we asked to be added to Appendix 1. So the 2 requested changes were not made, and it currently reads the proposed language in Appendix 1. In exchange for a payment in the amount of $53,500 from Orange County to Purdue, Purdue Extension will provide extension services to Orange County. Purdue Extension will provide local extension services through up to a maximum of 2 county educators in the following program areas, and then it lists those program areas. So it just says up to a maximum of 2, meaning that it could drop down to 1 at any time. What the commissioners wish to do.
And we have no way to know.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with it, I'm not happy with the way we've been treated in this whole thing. You know, and I don't know, I'd like to see some more numbers about enrollees, programs, unfinished programs, some things like that. But if we're looking at if we're looking at something that's got declining numbers that continue to decline, I'm not sure what good we're doing by throwing money in the situation. I mean, I said it jokingly to Lynn, I mean, we want to be the Grinch that stole 4-H for sure, but, you know, when they actually refuse to give us reporting on money that they've requested, that's a problem in my book.
And I think, the only thing to add to that, I read some of the emails from Lynn, but I think that's the stance of their legal counsel, but I do think the 2 educators we currently have are 2 of the better ones we've had in a long time. And
They're great.
And I've seen more from these 2 educators and things we've received in a long time, you know.
What's it done? What's it done for the program?
Well, I know that they've been proactive. They've been successful on 2 or 3 grants. I don't know in my time that an educator has ever successfully got a grant for that.
So should we sign a contract that says we don't know whether we're going to have 2 educators, but an increase in the fee?
I'm not for increasing the fee. I guess we proceed, in my opinion, proceed and see, you know, it's 1 year. You know, and if they don't, they have 2 paid educators right now. They both live here in the community and are working. I don't foresee them quitting. You know, in 12 months, we obviously could eliminate the contract if they don't, but I don't think we have an option.
We don't as far as continuing the program, and I'm not a proponent for doing away with it.
I wish we could bring the 2 educators on the county. Obviously, that'd be a lot more than $53,000 to do, you know, because I think they're doing a really good job.
Okay, well, I think that was kind of what I intimated, that we would go ahead with it,
But we'll need a motion to approve.
Do you think that, you know, maybe make it known that this is, you know, obviously we're going to be evaluating it, and that, you know, to put them on a year's notice that if, you know, it's not, you know, it almost like we're being, you know, I don't want to say extortion, but you know what I mean? Like if they don't meet what we expect, that's not saying in 12 months from now that we'll proceed.
if we sign this contract, we're not going to know what they're doing. It's that simple. And
I
don't
think they
we're gonna
realize already that we're not happy with it, but,
And then
that's
Up
obvious.
there make a lot of difference.
No,
Us being an
they didn't make any difference.
But I think the local educators, what I'm saying, I think if we tell them some things we want, I think they'll do to the best of their ability providing us information we want.
I'm good. I totally agree with Marshall. I think the educators we have now are probably some of the better ones that we've had. It's, I don't know, if we're fighting back out of the hole from COVID, I don't know what it is, but
It's been a long time ago.
it's been a long time. It's been a long time.
Need a motion. Motion to it.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
I will second.
Motion is second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That's all I have, and I just wanted to thank commissioners and everybody with the county. We look forward to working with you guys in 2026, and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
One copy?
Yep.
All right, thank you, Lynn.
Thank
Merry
you.
Christmas to you
Merry
as well.
Christmas.
Madam Auditor, what have we got today?
On the spot.
All I have is a contract I emailed you and then to look over from Reedy Financials. This is just to assist maybe with the AFR and the 100R report that has to go into Gateway. I've also talked to the council, and they have a training line for like $2,000 that I can use towards this if I get this encumbered this year. So this is just a contract saying it's not to go over 3,500, so I can use that, and then I can take the rest out of my budget if I need to. So anyway, got that.
Motion approach, council.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, need you to sign there, please. And then the other two things I have, Robert Henderson with Orange County Tourism gave me an appointment. He would like Jeff Cunningham appointed to Orange County Tourism.
I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
And motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, got that one. And then Linda Reynolds also wanted me to approach you guys for another appointment for Pete Avoa for Wendy Sprigler and Estes Griffiths, and this is for the 2026 year.
Motion made.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
That's all I got.
Okay. Mr. Hopper?
I don't have anything different than what everybody else in this room has talked about today. Our first snow experience, we did set up on a group text, which Carl and Rick both talked about, and Davey. Went very, very smooth. Everybody was professional, got everything done. It was great. The other thing is kind of like what Jamie talked about, and I know you've heard me say this before. I feel like we got something going on in this county now. It's pretty obvious. There's other people looking at us, wanting to know how we're getting things done. And, you know, I look up every other week and I see people helping each other without being asked. And the people that show up here every other week, it's the dedication of that which determines where we are today. And it's been some time coming, but I think we're here. There's a lot to build on, but I think we're making it happen. So I just wanted to express my thank you for that, and wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It was great working with everybody this year. It's been good. Thank you.
Sure.
One of the things that I was looking at my email, I did not get the contract from the company we went with on the website, but could we go ahead and approve that pending, you're okay with everything, Lynn? So that'll be coming, I'm sure, around the holidays, so we can get that rolling. So I'd make a motion that we approve the contract pending our legal counsel's okay with everything. Once we receive that, I'm sure Richard will sign it.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye. As everyone knows, we were successful in getting our $500,000 OCA rehabilitation grant. So I wanted to thank a few people that were big partners in that. One of them is Dr. Brandy Terrell with Southern Indiana Community Healthcare, Skylar Whiteman with Economic Development, Robin Brown with Orange County CASA, Priscilla Woodrum with Team OC, and Christina Allen and her team with the Community Foundation. So it was certainly a partnership, and the gentleman that came down here that day actually said it was very impressive what we've done compared to other communities. So it's definitely kudos, and I think Richard or Steve said, you know, it's not about us; it's about bringing good community partners in. But we were successful, and we had and the ball's just starting. I mean, we have a lot of work to do, but it's going to be a great grant. It's going to do good things for our people and going to change their life. And I said the other day, great roads are good and parks are good, but when you can keep someone in their home, you know, that's definitely life changing. So I think we've got good things coming in 2026. The last thing I want to commend is Landon Ferris, Richard, from my district. He was a successful recipient of the Orange County Lilly Scholarship for this year. So congratulations to Mr. Ferris. And that is all I have. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Marshall, I got a question. So on the website, when it's done, would there be forward reports or who?
I almost said it when you were talking. That's a great thing to have a tab as where, probably under the commissioners tab to have
or it's in multiple places, but
Yeah.
when you know when that's set up, then let us know where this stuff needs to go. And
Yes.
Get it there once it's through.
Yeah, we're going to have the developers meet with each office that wants to take part, and hopefully everyone will, but yes.
Okay.
Yep. Great question, thank you. That's all I have, sir.
All right. I think just maybe a little bit of a recap on what's happened this year. You know, we provided real estate for fire territory,
Mhm.
for the fire territory, I'm sorry, for the fire training center,
Training center.
certified fire training center. That should be helpful once the training takes place and people are certified and they can hopefully make insurance rates go down to some degree on some of the homeowners insurance. $1 million we got through community crossings. That was another big item for this year. This $500,000 grant you just mentioned. So I think we've had some pretty good successes. But not because of the three of us particularly, but because of all the private partners that we've had out there in the public. People that came to the table and steered us in directions that we might not have known which way to go. So
Exactly.
we appreciate that and appreciate you folks for doing it. It's made us a better board, I think.
Absolutely.
Having said, that's really all I want to talk about. I think we've had a pretty good year. And, Merry Christmas and thank you folks for all of you for making this year somewhat successful. Not as much as we'd like to be and not as much as we're going to accomplish, but we're getting there. We've got the framework. That's all I have.
Make a motion that we sign claims and adjourn.
I will second that.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.